Hey guys, we're back in the workshop and today I've got a special kind of project for you or for myself as well. I just want to take you along 1 week with me, so 1 week with Knifemaker, and we start today with day one. Today we have to finish some Kydexsheath and we have to prep some knives for heat treat, so we have to grind them, drill the holes and prep everything for a really cool project and some really cool knives I'm looking forward to. Alright, so we've got the knives here. We have to clean them up now so the tape will stick because they're still a little bit oily. I just add the tape so if there's any grime and debris in the sheath, you still have a little bit of wiggle room, I would say, so the knife won't scratch up that easily. And I won't go in depth on how to make a Kydexsheath. I have a separate video on that. So today is just more how my day is looking actually. Alright, so what I use for cleaning up those edges on the Kydex, I use those Scotch-Brite wheels. They work really fantastically, especially on these curves on here, and also to round off all the corners on the Kydex.
No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh.
Alright, so these two knives are now done. I just chopped them up and as you can see, they cut paper really nicely. So now I have to clean them up and then we'll start on working on the other knives. We have to drill the holes and also prep the inner rings of the ring blades, so when you twirl them around they're nice and smooth. Alright, so the holes are now drilled actually, as you can see, and also put a little chamfer on it. And what we have to do now is, because on those ring blades from the water jet cut, they're not super clean, as you can see here, where they break out the little inner part of the knife. We have to clean it up because now, as you can see, like when you're twirling the knife, you want to have it quite smooth. So I'll take the Dremel and just make it smooth, give the corners a little chamfer, and then we go in with some 240 sand grit paper, make it even more smoothie and comfortable. And then when we have sandblasted everything is nice and clean. So that's the job for now. I think I have like 5 or 10 of these things, these rings to clean up. And then we can start laying out the grinds and everything and work from there. Alright, so the knives are now actually ready to be ground, but before that we have to add some blue dicum to lay out the center line of the knife, so we have a nice straight line and bevel in the end. And I'm just using blue dicum, just works really well for that. And the ring is also now really smoothly. I used some files and some 240 grit sandpaper. I'm using actually some belts because they're actually quite cheap, like 2 meters of belt is like €2 or so, which is kind of cheap, and you can just rip them apart. And the good thing about this, because there's webbing behind the actual abrasive, so if you would do that movement with normal sandpaper, it could just rip. You can use like duct tape behind it, but that is just more effort and time is money. So I'm just using actually those 240 grit belts. They work really well, and a belt holds up quite well, and you can just rip them to pieces, as you can see here, smaller or bigger, and that just works a treat. But guys, so nearly all the knives are ready to be ground. I forgot the endometer, which is actually quite a lot of work, because you can see here is the normal knife with the rough edges from the water jet. Normally I just, when I attach the handle scales to it, I will just grind over that, add my rock pattern. But with the endometer, as you can see here, we've got a finished model right here. You can see actually that the handle scales are recessed to the spine because the spine is nice and rounded. I do that by hand filing and sandpaper. It gives a really nice comfortable feel in the end. It really feels well. It just gives the knife a really unique look with the rock pattern scales, but still the rounded spine, everything. So we gotta hop into that, and first of all we are going to clean up all the edges on the belt grinder, and then we are going to scribe some lines with the height gauge and then round up these spines. Maybe I can try something on the belt grinder to make the process a little bit more faster, because with the hand files it takes quite a while. This is SB1 steel. It files alright when it's annealed and everything and soft, but it's not that pleasant to file 5 knives, everything be rounded. So I will try something new. Maybe I can work around on the belt grinder and some sandpaper instead of the files. That would make stuff much more time saving, and as I said before, time is money. Alright, so we've done a lot of work on the endometer with the belt grinder. It was much faster. I don't know why I've done that earlier. I was just more secure with the files, but it's just, I think it was like 40 minutes or so of like chamfering. Normally that takes me like a couple of hours with the hand files. I still have to do some work with the hand files afterwards, but we'll do that tomorrow. I will go home now, take a shower, do some shipping and do some editing stuff. I will see us tomorrow, where we will do the grinding and hopefully also the heat treat. If you're interested in some more of knife content, you can also follow me on Instagram and also give me a follow here if you want to see more knife making content. Alright guys, have a good one. See you later.